A $28 polyester t-shirt, 140 grams per square meter, made in Bangladesh. A $95 polyester t-shirt, 140 grams per square meter, made in Bangladesh. Same fiber weight, same country, different logo on the chest. The difference is not the fabric. The difference is the story you've been sold about the fabric. There are 7 levels of women's sports clothing. Most women never leave level 2. Level 1, the disposable layer. This is the basement. Target, Shein, Amazon Essentials, a 3-pack of sports bras for $18. The construction tells you everything. 82% polyester, 18% elastane, flat lock seams, on the best ones. On the worst, straight-stitched seams that dig into skin after 20 minutes on a treadmill. Fabric weight runs between 100 and 130 grams per square meter. Thin enough to pill after 8 washes. Thin enough to go translucent in a lunge. The DWR finish, when it exists, is gone after the 3rd laundry cycle because it was never bonded. It was sprayed. You are not buying activewear at level 1. You are renting it. Cost per wear math. A $14 sports bra that survives 15 washes before losing structural integrity costs 93 cents per use. The number sounds reasonable until the underwire-free band stops doing its job on week 6. Level 1 exists. It has a function, but it is not a foundation to build on. The gap between level 1 and level 2 is smaller than most women think. The gap between level 2 and level 3 is where the real story starts. Level 2, the default setting. This is where 90% of women live. Old Navy Active, Champion, Fila, the Nike Basics line, the entry-level Adidas leggings. The fabrics here are better. 200 to 220 grams per square meter 4-way stretch. Moisture wicking that actually works for a 45-minute session. Sports bras with proper encapsulation up to a D cup. Running shoes with EVA midsoles and reinforced heel counters. T-shirts in 160 grams per square meter performance, polyester blends that breathe. These are functional garments. That is not in question. What is in question is the markup. A pair of Champion leggings at $38 has a manufacturing cost of approximately $6 to $8. A pair of Old Navy Active leggings at $30 has a manufacturing cost of $5 to $7. Both are produced in factories in Vietnam and Cambodia that supply 6 or 7 other brands simultaneously. Same looms, same finishing lines, different labels sewn on at the end. The legging doesn't know which checkout you used. Women stay at level 2 because it feels like enough. It is enough for low-intensity use, for occasional sessions, for wearing to run errands. But if you are training 3 or more times per week, level 2 is costing you more than you think in replacement cycles and performance gaps. If you are finding this useful, hit subscribe. Help us grow to reach more people to inform. What level 3 offers is not luxury. It is precision. Level 3, the performance threshold. This is where clothing starts to match what your body actually does during exercise. Leggings with 230 to 250 grams per square meter compression fabric and targeted mesh paneling, not decorative mesh, functional mesh, placed at the inner thigh and calf where heat accumulates, not at the waistband where it photographs well. Sports bras with 4-part construction, a stretch inner layer, a stable power mesh mid-layer, adjustable straps with a 3 cm minimum width, and bonded seams rather than sewn ones. The bonded seam means no chafing at mile 6. That is not marketing language. That is a construction specification. Running shoes at this level move into carbon rubber outsoles, 10mm heel-to-toe drop, engineered for midfoot strike correction, and mesh uppers with a reinforced TPU cage around the midfoot. These are not stylistic choices. They are biomechanical ones. Brands operating here: Brooks, Asics Midline, Athleta, New Balance Performance, Sweaty Betty, Lole. The manufacturing cost gap narrows at level 3. A $90 legging from Athleta has a production cost of approximately $18 to $22. The markup is still significant, roughly 4 times, but the input materials are different. 4-way stretch supplex nylon rather than basic polyester. PFC-free DWR bonded into the fiber structure rather than sprayed on. The jacket you wear to a cold morning run is worth examining here too. At level 2, you are wearing a 2-layer laminate with 5,000 millimeters hydrostatic head rating. At level 3, that rises to 10,000 millimeters with taped seams at the shoulder and hood. The difference is the difference between damp shoulders at minute 30 and dry shoulders at minute 90. Level 3 is where the cost per wear math inverts. A $95 legging used 3 times per week for 18 months is 36 cents per use. The $38 level 2 legging replaced every 5 months is 59 cents per use, and you bought it 3 times. Level 4 changes the question entirely. It stops being about performance and starts being about what the clothing knows about you. Level 4, the sport-specific build. At level 4, the garment was designed for one activity, not 3. 1. A trail running jacket engineered with articulated shoulder seams that don't bind when your arms are raised at a 90-degree forward angle. A cycling jersey cut 3 centimeters longer in the back to account for a road position, so the hem doesn't expose your lower back every time you lean over the bars. A hiking short with a 7-inch inseam, a gusseted crotch, and a DWR-treated 94% nylon shell at 135 GSM. Light enough for ascent, wind-resistant enough for ridge exposure. These are not features added to a general garment. These are constraints built into the pattern from the first draft. Sports bras at level 4 move into racerback designs with individual cup molds, removable padding in molded foam rather than flat inserts, and underband widths of 8 to 10 centimeters for load distribution. This matters if you are running more than 10 kilometers. The vertical bounce load on a D cup at a 9-minute mile pace is approximately 10,000 repetitions per hour. A level 2 bra transfers that load to 2 shoulder straps. A level 4 bra distributes it across 3 structural zones. Brands at this level: Arc'teryx Northern Line, Patagonia 9 Trails, Rafa Women's Cycling, Ibex Merino Running, On Running Performance. The manufacturing provenance changes here too. Some level 4 production moves to specialist mills: Scholler Fabrics in Switzerland, Polartec Performance Fleece in the US, Merrill Skin Life Nylon from Italy. These are not commodity inputs. They are licensed materials with documented performance specifications. The t-shirt you wear for a trail run at level 4 is a 160 GSM merino poly blend with a 17.5 micron wool count. It regulates temperature across a 15 degrees Celsius swing. It does not smell after 2 days of wear because merino wool contains lanolin, which is naturally antimicrobial. The $22 polyester t-shirt you left at level 2 does not. Level 5 is where most women assume the value disappears. They are partially right, but not entirely. Level 5, the system wardrobe. Level 5 is not one garment. It is a layering system designed to work as connected components. A base layer in 150 weight merino at 18.5 microns. A mid-layer in Polartec Power Stretch Pro at 280 grams per square meter, bonded at the cuffs to eliminate cold gaps. A shell in Gore-Tex Paclite Plus with a 28,000 millimeter hydrostatic head rating and 15,000 grams per square meter per 24 hours moisture vapor transmission rate. 3 pieces. 1 thermal management architecture. The shell alone at this level retails at $275 to $340. Manufacturing cost, approximately $55 to $70. Markup, 4.5 to 5 times. But the Gore-Tex membrane is licensed per garment. The YKK AquaGuard zippers are $4 to $6 each. The articulated patterning requires 23% more fabric than a standard shell cut. These are real cost inputs, not perceived value inflation. Shoes at level 5 enter the zone of custom last construction and carbon fiber plates. A running shoe built on a last shaped to women's foot biomechanics, not a scaled-down men's last, with a full-length carbon plate and nitrogen-infused foam midsole. The plate stores and returns approximately 87% of impact energy. That is not a marketing claim. That is a published figure from independent biomechanics research. Brands here: Norona, Mammoth, Salomon S-Lab Women's, Hoka Carbon X, Brooks Hyperion Elite. The jersey you wear for a road ride at level 5 has laser-cut hem bonding, a 4-panel back pocket system with a waterproof center pocket, and reflective piping rated to 300 meters visibility. It was designed for racing. You do not have to race in it. The system at level 5 means you stop buying individual garments and start building an outfit that performs as a unit. Most women at level 2 are buying 6 items to solve a problem that 3 level 5 items would solve permanently. Level 6 is where the industry stops pretending the price is about function. Level 6, the technical luxury tier. At level 6, the performance delta over level 5 is real, but narrowing. What changes is the material provenance, the production scale, and the durability horizon. A Loro Piana Storm System shell uses a proprietary membrane developed in-house, not licensed from Gore or Polartec. Hydrostatic head rating, 20,000 millimeters. Weight, 285 grams for a full jacket. That is 40 grams lighter than the Gore-Tex equivalent at level 5. At retail, $890. Manufacturing cost estimate, $130 to $160. The leggings at this tier move into Scholler Dry Skin Extreme, a Swiss-engineered 4-way stretch fabric with a built-in DWR that is chemically bonded into the fiber matrix, not applied as a surface treatment. It does not wash out. It does not peel. The fabric has a tested lifespan of 400 wash cycles before performance degradation. A level 2 legging, degraded at wash 20. Cost per wear at level 6 on a $380 legging used 3 times weekly for 3 years. 24 cents. The sports bra at this level is cut from sensitive fabric certified nylon with silver ion integration. Antimicrobial, not through lanolin, but through ionic chemistry bonded into the yarn. It is washed at 30 degrees, air-dried, and it outlasts 5 level 2 replacements. Brands: Goldwyn, 7 Mesh, Norona Limited Run, Pas Normal Studios, Loro Piana Outdoor Line. These are not status objects. They are long-cycle investments in materials that perform at the edge of what textile engineering currently allows. Level 7 changes the frame completely. Level 7, the custom performance standard. At level 7, the garment does not exist until you order it. A custom trail shoe built on a 3D scan of your foot, not a standard last in your size. A last shaped to your specific plantar geometry, your arch height, your heel width, your toe splay. Produced by brands like Nimble for cycling or Athos Custom running for trail. Retail $650 to $1,200. Turnaround 6 to 10 weeks. The performance data on custom footwear in women's endurance sport is unambiguous. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that custom-lasted running shoes reduced injury incidence by 39% over 6 months compared to standard-sized shoes in women with moderate to high pronation. Not 5%, not 10%, 39%. A bespoke base layer cut from your measurements, chest, shoulder width, sleeve length, torso length, in 150 weight merino at 17.5 microns. No cold gap at the wrist, no bunching at the lower back, no neckline that sits 2 centimeters off-center because the pattern was designed for a different body proportion. Produced by brands like Icebreaker Made to Order or a Clima Custom. At level 7, you are also buying the fitter's time, a proper gait analysis, a foot scan, a movement assessment. The garment is the output of a diagnostic process, not a size chart. The jacket at this level is pattern drafted to your shoulder drop, your arm length, your torso to hip ratio. The sleeve pitch is correct for your specific range of motion. When you raise your arms on a climb, the hem does not lift, because the hem was placed for your body, not for an average. Most women will never need level 7. But understanding it changes how you read every level below it, because once you know a shoe can be built to your foot, you start asking better questions about the shoe built to someone else's average. What level are you actually at? And what are you getting for the price you're paying? Drop it in the comments. We read everyone.